Yeah, he takes a freaking break while and leaves us to do all the work. Lazy bastard.
Yeah, but then again, we are guilty for doing that, aren't we? Leaving at the last moment or so.
Yeah.
So we are as guilty as he is.
Yeah.
When they cry, I'm gonna enjoy that. I am
Yeah.
so gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, this is yeah. Let's get this started. Yeah, this is Sorachu from YouTube.
And this is RedMage from YouTube. Well, basically RedMageEspeon, but inside adapt to RedMage.
Yes, and welcome to our review of the anime that most of you probably already know. It's been out for a while. Lucky Star.
Lucky Star.
さあ始まるざますよ。行くでかんす。ふんがまともに始めなさいよ。曖昧参戦それぶりってことかい。ラッキー文化制服ラフリってことない。頑張っちゃやっちゃったそんときゃちゃんリリースよ。汗始まりだいんだい。なんかてる愛してるあれ一個が違ってる悩みんぼうこう鉄棒おいしんぼういい加減にしなさい。飛んでったあいつもホテルからだっていわゆる普通の女の子驚いた私だけ豚骨ハリグでおかわりだ。ボンボン応援団でスケッチェリーバイララン歓迎会ルカスセンセーションはい存在感点々昭和セットした手がけましたもう全方に歌で締めな持っていけ最後に笑っちゃうのは私のはずセーラー服だからです月曜日なのに機嫌悪いのどうするよライズ服がいいのですかわいい正金賛否するまでって躊躇だやん頑張ってイエーイ生きて話題大プリーズ
The manga been out since 2004.
Sure, let's go.
Yes.
We're screwing around.
Now, Lucky Star isn't your typical anime. Most of the animes that you see most of the time have some sort of action in it.
Action, storyline, whatever. You get the idea?
Yes, but Lucky
Star, but Lucky Star is more in a different way. It's more of a like of an otaku pronounce it named Komachan. I can't pronounce names. Sorry.
You were saying it right. It's
Komachan. Okay.
Kamata Izumi.
And that's off.
She's an otaku.
Yeah, thank you. And her other friends.
Her other friends, the other friends are Kana.
Nretsew health.
Oh goodness.
As you're saying, this is basically a light of an otaku. You say it, Mika.
This show is more directed to otakus than anything. It makes a whole bunch of references to things that anime lovers do and whatnot. So
anime and gamers.
Anime lovers and gamers, basically. So yeah, that whole rule that for every guy on the internet, there's a female version of every guy that's on the internet. So yeah.
Okay,
and before Rule 63, but yeah, you
guys must have a lot of time on your hands.
Anyways, yes, the supposed main character, Konata Izumi, is an otaku. She has other friends along with her called Kugumai Haguta and her sister Tetsuki Haguta and another friend that mostly hangs out with her.
And we can sacrifice Kagami and Tsukasa to her.
Screw this up, won't we?
Come on now.
She might have like
Miyuki.
Hey, that's weird.
Takara.
Yeah, you can catch her.
Yes. They're a group of girls who have conversations about some stuff. Now, when you hear this is the basic of the anime. There's no real storyline behind it, like we said before. But the conversation, it's more the conversation behind that. The conversation that you hear in both the dub and the Japanese anime are pretty well.
Reference manga, anime, games, online,
or something in general. Actually, yeah, the anime just talks about different things in general in life and stuff. How it compares how other animes do different stuff, while in this anime it compares itself to the real world in a certain manner or way, where it's like a
Japanese TV. Anything like from 2007 and before it, you're bound to find anything that of your favorite. Gundam, to Initial D,
the melancholy of Hari Izumi, yeah.
It's funny, but I always get emotions.
Alright, hold on. And other old anime that you would know
because
about.
you're such a skilled driver, I didn't get sick at all.
It's very interesting show to actually listen to.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but I wouldn't say it's for everyone, because there are a certain point where some people literally feel bored about this. And a certain someone I know doesn't really like Lucky Star. I'll just put it out. But yeah, as I was saying, it's not for everyone. It's really depends. It's more of a thing that otakus were more like, well, more or less.
Wow!
Yeah.
It's so sunny outside. It's perfect for swimming. I swear,
But yeah,
yesterday I didn't think we'd ever
the show, you have to actually listen to what they're talking about. And you're probably not going to get anything by listening to. This is one of the few animes where if you try and listen to it in Japanese or read the subs just only, you're not really gonna get anything.
Actually, don't think about it. I only watched the first episode in Japanese with English sub, and then check the actual English. Compare them together, they seem to be very faithful to the original language, or to the original, so to say.
Yes, but the thing is,
to make me feel comfortable keep going in all English.
I've heard about Lucky Star and what's this whole thing. I already knew it wasn't an anime. It was an anime that wasn't really driven by action. So I figured the content of what they were talking about was probably the main stick. That's why I didn't automatically watch the Japanese dub. I mean the Japanese
watermelons with a shotgun, you get pieces of watermelon all over you.
Best to watch it in English if you want to, you know, unless you understand Japanese itself, or if you can't find a way to, you know, watch it in English. But this is the internet after all, and you can find whatever you can find.
Yep. Yeah. The anime's real stick is its comedy.
Nothing happens in real
whenever there's something funny, most of the time you'll hear the character, two particular characters talking smack about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could compromise and lug something like that.
The long hair. Her name was again.
A bunch of girls, and I'm a happy camper, you know.
Yeah.
The one.
Here, more and more folks are getting married.
I can't pronounce her name. You can't pronounce her.
I've got all the time in the world.
Commentaar.
You got it wrong. The only reason I'm here is because my husband and me have a commuter marriage. I'm married.
If the beaches of Mecca were taking up
finish
girls,
this.
Why am I the only one who can apparently pronounce the names correctly?
Your outfit, the guys probably think we're sisters on vacation with the parents.
What else?
Anyways, yeah, those two usually talk smack about each other and how one or the other has some sort of a negative trait about it. Now, Kagami has this thing. She's an otaku, like we said before. The thing about her, she's an otaku and gamer.
Okay, let's just focus on. Okay, now we have done like the part about the show. Let's change from that to characters themselves.
Yeah,
from the main board, because Well,
Yes,
while
I
you see
totally
other
knew
characters
it.
on the side,
What are you getting so
the
excited
main four you're gonna
about?
see a
We've
lot.
just been served food that's
Yeah.
the epitome of the beach house experience.
Yes.
Check it out,
Yes,
red
yes,
and
yes.
curry.
Let's start with
That's what I'm
the
talking
one
about.
that many people could argue saying
Isn't
is
it
like
weird how
the
the
main
things you
character
never
of.
eat in everyday life become amazingly
series.
delicious when you eat them in a place
The
like
series.
this?
I mean, of course she'd be the main character. She's an otaku.
Wait, what's the name?
Chugging beers
Oh
on
my
the beach
God.
is awesome.
Komata.
Go with the flow.
Konata.
It's a lot weirder to
Izumi.
have students with different test scores in the same class.
Say it with me, Aunt. Konata
You're
Izumi.
right.
Okay, guys, this is the first. Okay, this won't be the first time, and this won't be the last time you hear me have to pronounce his name
accepted
right.
to this school. You're so good at pulling all-nighters. Maybe that's how you
Man,
pass the
streaming here. That's what I gotta say.
Anyway. Yeah.
Komata. Okay.
Nah, just
So
kidding.
it's not
That's way
easy.
too much work for an
She
all-nighter.
is apparently, supposedly, you could say she's,
Studied for it.
I guess she
Did a
could
new
be
quiz game
considered
come out for
the
DS or something?
No, but my
star
dad
of the
did give me
show.
a couple of conditions.
For the fact
For a
that
D-rank school, I get a
almost
pittance.
every
C-rank,
conversation
UPO,
that they
and
have in
B-rank's
this
a
show,
PS
she's
too.
somewhere in it.
Izumi's dad
So-
sure knows what buttons to
Most of
push.
the time, if not
just thought of
almost all the
something.
time. Most of the time, more likely. But yeah.
Yes. Now, like we said, like we've already
Surprised
said
in the
this.
same school
Yeah.
as us.
Komata, she's an otaku, and she's a gamer. Thing about it is, she's also somewhat lazy and somewhat,
Lazy, which she's, well, occupied.
yeah, she's occupied with the online gaming and being an
How
otaku.
many online games, offline games, etc.
Yeah.
By me. But then again, not with the manga and anime, but you get it.
Maybe she went and
Yeah.
memorized all the
Actually,
Yeah.
that's describe us all.
Yeah, that describes, yeah, she's basically probably about 60% of all of us who are, all of us online, probably, all guys online.
Hey, how do you know
Well,
so much about what
maybe
games
not.
I've got in my
Don't have to
house,
be
huh?
playing,
Well,
but
I just
Maybe,
thought it was something even you
just
could
maybe,
do.
she's just like, you know,
Really stinky.
but you know, anyway.
well, she does have the brains and have, well, and have the.
She is smart. She's not saying she's not smart. It's just that,
So-
it's just,
No, I'm not. It's nothing like that.
No,
But-
show your bathing suit too.
Although
anyway.
she doesn't join anything because
that's
it's
right.
not.
You guys
Well, I
were
mean,
born
she's
on the
smart
Friday.
and she's
It's
athletic.
almost your
Yeah, she's
birthday,
smart and
isn't
she's
it?
athletic.
Oh, cool.
But, yeah, like I said
yeah,
before,
like
she's,
mostly involved with the
17's the year before the
otaku
unlucky one.
What do you
interest.
mean? What's gonna happen?
yes.
17's when unlucky
She's
days
real,
start
yeah,
happening, and
she's
it's right before
yeah,
the real
she's
unlucky year.
she's the
So now
oddball
with my
out of the
17th
group,
birthday
which
coming up, I'm getting a
which
little worried.
most
I ended up
otakus
buying
probably
power
are.
stones and talismans
You know,
to wear at
almost in
Evil
real
and
life,
stuff.
everyone has
Well, at
someone
least
who's
you're
in the
having fun,
anime.
right? Yeah,
That
right. I
otaku.
bought so much I got to the point. Yeah, now that we have one of those reckless charms. I mean,
Okay, who should we talk about next?
She
I
said
think
reckless
people
charm.
have gotten a good idea.
She's off.
Yeah, they get the idea who she is, and I think we don't need to say anymore. They seen
Oh, that's
her
right.
so many
Did you
times.
guys
I
know
mean,
that your birthday
what? She
happens
like
to be
the
on
Japanese
Ponytail
anime
Day?
character as well, no, well as well.
why is
Yes,
July 7th?
she's very well
Ponytail
known.
Day?
Because in the
Especially
Legend of the
in a
Star
few
Festival,
internet
Vega
memes,
had
I
a
believe.
ponytail. That's why.
Yeah.
Boy, that's strange.
Also fades and stuff like
And
that. So
did you
yeah.
know that there's this
Yeah.
thing called the Japan
Anyways, who
Ponytail
should we
Association?
talk
And that
about
every
next?
year they
Let's
pick
go
a
to the next
celebrity
character.
who they think would look
Oh,
good
we're
in a
going to the
ponytail and
twins.
give them an award for
Hi.
it.
Wow, I didn't
Hi.
know.
Oh, God.
That's
Oh, God, here we go
silly.
again.
Doesn't everybody look good in a ponytail?
Hi,
Come
Red.
on,
I think so, huh?
Come on. Oh. Okay. Let's get straight to the point with these twins.
Yes, there's a pair of twins
A smart
that
ponytail
there's a
is
pair of
great,
twins who
you know.
both have purple hair. They're
I
the
think you totally pulled
Hager-
off that look.
Purple
Yeah.
eyes.
they're the
I
Hagerai
really do.
twins. Kagami, Hagari, Kagami, Hagama.
You look so...
Kagami Hagama.
Okay, fine. It doesn't work on me. I get it.
Yeah, I can mess up too, so that's
Stop
fine.
it already.
Kagami is the responsible one who's you could say she's the brainiac
Yeah, I do.
of the
See, when
group.
a drunk loosens his tie,
Because
he's
she's
gotta put it over his
constantly
head to
telling
take it off.
all
The
of
tie
them
gets
that
stuck
they should
and,
study and they need to focus on their
Well,
work.
Even weirder
study
are the
hard,
drunks that stagger
honestly, and you
around
can tell
carrying
you have to
takeout
anime,
boxes. What's up
which
with that?
unlike a certain
Takeout boxes?
character,
You know, Kato-chan carries them in the drifters.
Yeah.
I still don't get it.
back to the
That's the
point.
visual of the typical
Yes.
drunk. They
Wow,
always got the
wow,
necktie
wow,
around their heads and
wow,
carrying takeout. I don't know why
But
that is.
Kagami
See?
is smart. but she's also lazy, like I said. While
I'm just
She's
hoping that
well,
your
maybe
reckless
so, but not as
works.
lazy
Yeah,
as
whatever. The
Hometown.
Top Fest is in the middle of a huge quo card giveaway.
Yeah.
You know, you've been collecting those quo cards forever.
Yeah,
but I don't think I've ever
but
seen you use them.
but this
Oh,
girl,
I use them, but why do you collect them then?
Kagami,
When something comes
she's
up
the
that's related to
responsible
a
one.
show or manga you
She
like,
studies.
don't you want to have
She
it
always
as a collector
studies
and as a fan?
hard for her
Okay, but
test,
you're
while
supposed to
her
use those things, aren't you?
while
You
her
can't use them ever.
quote
You
unquote
have to store them
rival,
someplace safe.
Kagami.
It pisses me off when I see all those people using
I
those
mean,
cards
not
like common
Kagami,
money. These are sacred
Wait, did I
things.
say her
They're meant
name
to be
right? The
bought
blue
and
hair
carefully
girl.
archived. You're not supposed to use them, and it's out of the question to go and auction them.
Komata.
If you do, you'll
Komata.
feel both as a
I'm
fan
getting
and
it
as a
mixed up.
collector.
Ah.
Okay.
You
If you
guys,
think you get so
okay.
worked up about
First
it,
off, I can't
here's
pronounce
how
the
I do
name,
it.
but I
I
can
always get 3
somehow
cards for the collection.
just-
First off, I
well,
pick
you
the
know.
most pristine one and lock
But
it away for
on the
eternity
other hand,
in a special case.
you
The second card's for me to keep, so I
can't
can look
even
at it every
separate
now and
the
then.
two.
The third one, it's alone.
They're not twins. Oh boy, I can see how much Mel is
something
good.
that you really, really like. Come on, aren't you the same way? Huh?
Back to the case.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. So you don't. I'm an otaku. I'm totally weird. I'm a weirdo.
And Urshu was just saying like, are you doing your job? Yes. Oh. Which you'll know by then.
Like the type who'd be popular with
Shoot me
boys,
on the
but I
foot if
never
you
really
wish. I
cared
don't
about
care
it.
anymore.
She's kind of on the plains, so she doesn't really
Anyway.
speak.
Yeah, back to the
I think
case.
it's because she's got a scary sister guarding her. You said
Yeah.
something. Maybe it's not
I'm
because
sorry.
I'm playing. Maybe it's because
Talking
you
about
guys and
that,
Yuki-chan are more unique. Yeah, that Miyuki-san.
Anyway,
she
she's
sure
more
is
of a mix
smart and
between
pretty.
a
She's got an awesome figure. She wears glasses, she
Tusky-
hates the dentist, and she's clumsy and a cute
Wait,
red
who are you
cat.
talking? We're still talking about Kagami,
Yes.
correct?
You know,
One
I've
with the
never heard
purple
any
hair,
rumors
long
about
purple hair.
Miyuki either.
Yes.
Maybe guys are scared to talk to her because she's
Yes,
so
she's
pretty.
always
Oh,
getting
I
on.
get that.
She's always getting
totally
on
nice and gets along with
Komata.
everyone. I guess you're right. Hey,
Komata-
she gets asked that all the
Komata's,
time, and then she turns on
Komata's
Yeah.
case about how
maybe
she's
she doesn't even
sort of
know she's being
responsible
asked out
about
when they
certain
ask
stuff.
her. Oh, that
Yet
might
and
be
still,
it. You know,
Komata
Yuki-chan sort of
somehow
clueless, so
manages
you
to
guys
pull
need
an
to be
all-nighter
alert
and make a
when they
decent
ask her
grade.
out. I swear, your class has got to be filled with a bunch
Yeah.
of scared little
Anyway,
boys.
and
You're
when
telling
they
me that
talk
there's
about
not
stuff
one of
when
them with the guts or
Komata
passion to go up to
to talk
Miyuki
stuff
and
in
ask
so
her out on a
ordinary,
date?
like
I don't
she
think
said she
so.
play
Maybe
like
what the school
or
needs are
play
more
like these
maniacs in class.
adult-oriented
Oh,
games.
yeah, girls
Yeah.
like
Like
Yuki-san are
Sim
much more
and
appealing
stuff.
to the maniacs.
Then
Maniacs,
Cat-
huh?
no, come on,
Oh, I didn't
you
realize
pronounce
it
it.
was already this late.
Kagami,
I think I have to go
Kagami.
now. Oh, already? Yes, I'm sorry. but
You'd be
don't
like,
mind me. I'll see you
why the
later,
hell
okay?
did she even play those or something?
I'm off.
But
Yeah, why is that? Yeah, she always say
Oh, yeah.
she always
So here's
gets
the end
on
of the
her for
story.
like
This
talking
guy
about
got up, and then he-
talking about things that only otaku would probably know.
Excuse me.
Otakus and gamers would know.
I'm so
Yeah.
It's like
the show that kind of neat doesn't even understand most.
Even I've done it
Yeah.
before.
Well,
I've
even
done
though
it too.
she
See, I
more
haven't
like
told
say
everybody at least once.
in the
You've
nutshell.
done it too, right? Never.
yes.
And that Kagami
But yeah,
is an example
while
of moeism.
Kagami is
Miyuki-san,
responsible,
good job, girl.
and she is
Lucky
also
star.
she does keep things. She likes to keep things in order. She kind of doesn't have any.
I'm your navigator, Akira.
In retrospect,
Oh,
the
and I'm
things
Minoru
that
Shiraishi, Akira-sama's
you think
assistant.
she'd probably
How's it going?
have in
Yeah,
check,
sure. You know today's a really special day because it's officially ta-da!
she sometimes doesn't. Like
what do you think,
what am I trying to
Shiraishi-san?
say?
Are you getting the hang
Like
of it?
certain
Yeah,
things, like
no, not
when they were
really.
in the beach
I'm
episode,
sorry.
it was number 6.
Looks like Shiraishi-san's
Yeah, the beach
having a hard
episodes.
time opening up to me, and that makes me really sad.
She was
Maybe
kind
you
of
see
concerned
for
that
the
no
future.
boys
Huh?
were hitting on
You
him
don't like me.
for whatever reason.
So,
And
Whoa, hey, that's not true.
and
Look.
Komata
hey!
and Kagami, no, I mean, no, not Kagami, Komata.
Wait, you mean by Komata?
Yeah, Komata. Yes, Komata. Komata says like, oh, so
Today we'd like to
so
introduce
that's
you to
why
Miss
you,
Miyuki
so that's
Taka.
why you were so, that's why you were so, that's why you've been so down lately. You wanted a boy to hit on you. She's like, no.
Superhuman too.
She's like,
Shiraishi-san.
she's
You know a
trying
lot
to,
about Miyuki-san, don't you?
deny
That's right, I
that
know
she,
all about her.
that she
She's a
was
really
sad
nice
that they
person.
didn't get any
Besides that, she
attention.
wears glasses, which makes her even more pretty, as you can see. You know, when someone's as beautiful
But
as
yeah.
she is, you feel like you can't really
Kagami-
approach her.
Kagami
However,
is
she's
your
actually
basic
very easygoing and will
brainiac-
talk to
Wow.
anyone.
Brainiac
would be nice if you were
who likes to contradict the one who
You
the
just
weird
can't stop
one of the
talking
group.
about that girl,
or-
can you?
Well, I know her, and I was just
for
telling
reasons
everyone.
that she probably doesn't understand.
Miyuki-san, was it? Miyuki with the pretty face.
She's that person, she's that brainiac in the group who always going after the person who's supposedly a freak, supposedly is, I guess you could say, person who thinks out of the box.
It's time to say goodbye, isn't it? I hope you had a super happy fun
That's how
time.
you can describe Kage. That's how you can describe
I want to know what you think
Komata.
about me. So send
She
us
thinks
back
out of the
to
box with most of the
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
For the
we
fact
hope to
that
see
she's
you
in the
again next
gaming
time.
world and is a otaku. She always, and Kagami
Well,
always
like I described her.
tells her that, you know that stuff doesn't happen in real life.
Oh no, she's
But
not like you.
Komata always tries to see if it will really happen in real life. And you know, most of the stuff that happens in anime doesn't really happen.
Yeah, true.
The way you put it, I agree. It
Anyways.
does seem more geared towards men. Then what do you think a dentist
Next,
would do
let's move on to her sister.
First thing they'd have to get
A
rid of
twin
is
sister,
that
to be
medicine
precise?
smell.
Yes,
And the chair they
her
put
twin
in should be
sisters.
one of those puffy
Tasu,
reclining
Tasu,
chairs with a
is it
massager in it.
Tasu?
Aromatherapy would be
Tasu.
relaxing.
Tasu.
And you could also have a foot
Oh,
massage at the same time.
Tasua Hagami.
Good.
Tasua Hagari.
My sis was here, she might get scared off the bat, because she's seen this thing.
But it is a good idea to have something to distract
Yeah.
You really need to get my sis into...
headphones and
Okay,
listening to your
this
Yeah,
may
yeah.
seem weird, my family, but you know, we should try and get my sis into doing these, you know, these anime things, but I don't know.
But in the end,
Could be
I
interesting.
still don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
what the dentist
anyways.
really does. What the?
Yeah.
Now what's wrong?
Anyways,
Turning another one of my favorite series
Tasuka
into
is
anime.
the is
Totally
her
different
is
from the
a
one on the drama
Kagami is
Really?
Kagami's
I don't get what the big deal
is
is.
Kagami's twin sister.
Is this like
Yeah.
a
Now,
plot or something?
unlike
Politics
unlike
and
Kagami,
We never got any
Tasuka
drama CDs, so I don't
is
care who's in the
is
cast.
In
If the
some
voice is matching
way,
the original series, I'm okay. But that's
she's
not
the
how it works,
bubbly
Kagami.
she's the sort
If
of
you're used to
bubbly
listening to the drama CDs,
bumbling
it's weird when you start
bumbling
watching the anime
character,
and all the
sorta.
voices are different.
Let's
See, it takes a long
basically,
time before that
ahead.
weirdness goes away.
So to say.
Huh?
She's not
But
dumb.
something good
She's
definitely
sort of
comes out of
the
news
person
like
who
this.
just
Okay,
doesn't
Yeah,
really
like
know
what?
about.
When you
Drama
mention
CDs
not
and
dumb,
anime.
let's see,
You can
she's,
listen to
well,
two
she's
words
good
with two different
natured,
sets of voices.
loving and
That's two for
friendly,
the price of one. You're quite the tough
but
shop,
she's
aren't
not
you?
very, she's not good at studying or
Well, guys, looks
sports,
like Miyuki-san's left a nugget on her plate.
and
So
she's
it's up to us to
quite,
figure out
quite
who's
a
gonna get to
clumsy
eat it.
person as well.
How about we have a
So
staring
Yeah.
contest and the winner gets to eat it? What?
Jackie
That is so
kinda
childish. It
is,
sounds fun.
you know,
Come
in a
on,
nutshell,
let's do it.
different
If
to
Kagami may have
Komata.
already won, you say
But still,
something, then let's begin
you
the
can tell
staring
it kind of
contest right
relates. So
now.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe, maybe not. You get it. Okay.
Yes. But she's really easily embarrassed by certain things she doesn't know. It's, you know,
Overreacting.
obvious
I'm
by
sorry, it took so
it's
long.
obvious by certain degrees or amounts. Yeah.
Did I miss something?
But you know, she's the sort of airheaded kind of character. She means well, but you know,
Fine.
it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute when she tries to figure out something in a certain conversation and it sort of backfires on her. She does find out it's not really that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not really a compliment. So I saw this report on TV about how many books the average Japanese person reads in a year.
What could we
Anyway,
say?
they said
What
manga
could we
wasn't
say
good
more
enough and
about
that only
her?
normal books counted. Is it manga? I wonder if light
I
novels
really
count.
don't know, actually. Sorry.
I don't know.
I should
guess
know,
it's
but,
okay if you count
I
novels.
think this is what happened when you say we'll be okay watching it from episode 1 to 6.
They're quite books, so I guess they count. If you
No, I mean we
say
should
how
watch the
many
whole
books
thing
like
from start to
that are
finish, but oh well.
Everyone who's into
Yes.
fantasy
All we
genre
can say
would
is she's the
agree, right?
stereotypical
So is
klutz.
there such a thing as a
Along the
book?
lines, yeah.
Besides, they ended the whole report by saying
Yeah.
something about how the younger
She's the kind of
generation
klutzy
started to
character,
turn
but
away
it's
from printed
it's
media and
funny to
stuff.
see
The
her.
thing is,
But
they
yeah,
use the net to look at all kinds
klutzy,
of
but
websites
yeah,
and blogs.
something that
So
you
I
could
think
have to
we
kind of
actually
like,
read
you know?
more stuff
Yes.
these days than ever before. Yeah,
And then we
Now-
reach to Lazarus.
Miyuki.
Hang on, Lazarus. Which
Oh, I'm
Komata,
sorry. I can't go home with you guys
right?
today.
actually refer her as a Mo of the whole
I
thing.
started a part
Yeah,
Well, I
Mo.
wouldn't whole thing, but something that she thinks that she is.
Wait, she
Know what I mean?
started a part-time job? Is the
Oh, God.
contest that important to her?
And apparently she's considered by some as a saint. That is from the wiki. Just telling you that part. But anyways.
Yeah.
Miku.
Oh, she's from. Well, she's from a family where she. Hang on, wealthy family.
Yes.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, other friends, you seem to be kind of lucky in family terms.
Yes. She's the one who was born into a rich family. She also has the looks. She also has the looks, and she has a nice. She has a very nice, very friendly personality. Apparently, she could get along with anyone.
Yeah, and also she's very polite too.
Yes, she is very polite. She's the girl. She's the. Although in the conversation, she knows about. In some of the conversations she's in, she does give pretty somewhat input into them, but most of the time it's usually either between the three ones that we mentioned before. Her talking and she's just there.
She's
listening.
likely seems to be kind of the full victim to Gomacha.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the, as I mentioned before, with the Mo parts.
Yeah. She's a very, like I said, very friendly character. Can get along with anyone. Let's see.
Spin this up again.
Akira-sama's assistant. I'm still
Yeah.
really new at this, so
Right,
all I'm hoping for is that you guys remember my name.
She's apparently would be considered the most good looking out of the group. Yeah.
Actually, to be honest,
I'm sorry, continue.
It's pretty amazing.
honestly, she, well, in character design wise, she's gonna be, well, for an anime character that doesn't exist, she actually is, well, quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
Show.
However, I didn't find her to
Yeah, they did
stick
give me a
out.
little part.
When she was there, you could
Yeah.
definitely tell she was there, but
Like, it's not like something you can just look at all day.
Sure.
Because, well, all of them are just there, and they have to have good development. Somewhat good.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
not saying that she doesn't have good development. She just didn't seem
They
to.
kind of, though, using the terms of, like, a few stereotypes.
No, nobody's
But
complaining.
either way, I think they have to kind of use that to the either advantages or disadvantages. I don't know. You can say what you wish.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes stereotypes may be something to frown at, but when you use right, it's actually done right.
Yes.
Well, that's when,
Well, it was pretty tense
okay,
for a while there, being
when a
surrounded by
stereotype
the
is
biggest
used
names in the industry.
correctly,
What an
which is
amazing
kind of rare
experience.
nowadays, except for other things, then you can actually just shrug it off easily. And actually, don't mind the character too. But if the stereotype is so stuck out like a sore thumb, it can really drag onto me sometimes.
Yeah.
There's some stereotype I don't like, but still.
Yes.
Listen, I'm offering to help you out.
Yes.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah,
those
I
are
got
the
it, I
main
got it.
four.
Thank you, I really
I'm
appreciate
sorry
it.
if we didn't give ample input on the last one, because I really didn't think she stood out to me much.
Okay, I'll play.
And mind you, when you think of
Whenever you're ready.
Ready?
well,
There are other characters that are.
Komatana twins are mainly the main stuck out ones. I mean, the one that stuck out the most.
Yes.
Since
Quite a lot of homework to do. You also got
Mi-
that little
wait,
midterm
Miyaku?
exam today. Don't tell me you spent the
Oh,
whole
you-
weekend
ah,
taking off instead of studying.
you get the idea.
Man, that didn't
Doesn't
feel
really
like vacation
appeal
at all.
as we all know, but still.
What was that?
What?
Yeah.
And also, we need to remind ourselves about the end of the show. With the lucky channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see,
Hell, if you're
there
just
were,
gonna
what's the
say
name
one,
again?
you could do that.
But monkeys can't
One of the
talk,
pink
man.
hair, but what's her name? Remind me to rip myself apart at the end of this, okay?
I think it's sad when
What is that girl's name? She's at the tail end of everything.
Anyway, keep on sending your questions and comments.
Something actually either related to the character's name, or just
And we'll
some
see all
idle
of
chat
you in
like.
the next episode.
So.
See you later. Bye bye.
But yeah, sometimes it does work, but we need to
What are they like?
trying to remember about the
The cast. Somebody's
Yeah.
getting kicked off, yeah? They hate each other.
Why did I fail today?
Divas, right?
No,
But
it's not
yeah,
like that. Everybody's pretty
sometimes it's
cool.
good, and
Then, why don't
sometimes
you help a girl
yeah.
out?
You know, I still can't get over the
Like I say, the show itself, the anime itself, it really depends for someone, hit or miss. It really depends on the person's taste.
If you don't mind, would you like
Yes.
But we've been talking about the character a lot, and we've been talking about the plot, which we mentioned the plot, just basically just their everyday lives, but just, you know, their toys. Now, I want to go with something else, to the design. No, I mean, the character art. You know, the art they use for the show. And honestly, I think you like the,
Yeah, I do also like the drawing style of it.
I like the color, well, the color artists look nice, and the character design's quite good too.
Yes. I also like how in parts of the show most of the time is done by Konata, but she makes references to older animes. Makes a quote from an older anime. Some you might recognize, some you might not. But she is pretty good at how they reference older shows, which I thought was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Also, there's an end segment, and there's an end segment at the tail end of Lucky Star, called Lucky Channel. I forgot the name of the two characters at the tail end
Do
of the...
forgive us, everybody, do forgive us. We need to really get a picture of them up. Wait,
I got it. I got it. And I'll put their names up there if we never remember it. But yeah, those two characters at the tail end of the show basically come on there, and they basically it's a sort of, I guess it's sort of a shout out to the fans of the show who watch Lucky Star.
along the lines.
Yes. There's a girl character with pink hair, and she's really peppy and excitable. And then there's this guy who's sort of quiet and sort of staying out of the way most of the time.
Let's see. Remember, why do you get the character name out, you know? But keep going.
Yes. Now, while the two have this sort of thing going, it's like, at one instance when they start out the program, the two are sort of yeah, they're co-hosting Lucky Channel, and the pink hair girl has these instances where she'll totally do a 180 in personality and become this sort of
There we go. Here we go. I got the two names. Sorry, it took me a while. Yeah, let's see. Oh! Wait.
She's over there.
Akari? Akari? Yeah, Akari.
She's singing
Akari.
a song.
Oh,
Soji
I did it again, didn't I? Yeah.
Akari.
Yeah, Akari. Basically, the one to say hi, Luckies.
Yeah. Akari and the dude's name. What's the dude's name?
Let's see, no, Mono, Minoru. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Monarch?
Oh, I don't know. I think the issue is going to be like, why did you... Yeah. Do forgive us. Yeah, we'll each of them online. I mean, on the video, as we said before.
Yes. But yeah, these like, she does Makoto, she does a Mikuto, she does a 360 in personality, and she turns from this happy peppy personality to this sort of, how can I describe it? It's sort of,
It's more... Basically, sometimes
like my life is a drag.
Yeah.
Doing this
Like, one was like,
show.
hey, my life is nothing but greatness. It's like, my life is feeling, my life is like, great. And the next minute she'll be like, just wish I could just, wish this whole thing didn't happen or so and so.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of a sort of a doesn't give a crap attitude yeah.
And she's kind of and she's kind of a bitch too.
Yeah, she's kind of a bitch to the guy character who's co-hosting with her. But most of the time it's just sort of her sort of either venting about something or her criticizing something of his or something that or some letter that she got from a fan. It's pretty funny to see those two work, and when she's both peppy and happy, and when she changes gears like that. It's very funny to watch them.
Yeah, it's like, what have mercy? Awesome. I don't know. Say what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And also at tail end, at the right tail end of Lucky Star, you'll hear the main cast sometimes sing songs from other anime.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's a very for anime that only talks about stuff that you would normally hear in normal everyday conversation or whatnot, or maybe conversation you'd probably only hear in forums. Maybe it is very kind of interesting. Actually, it's not for those who like actiony kind of animes.
Yeah, we'll get to the point in a minute. Okay.
Yeah. Those who like those kind of action-packed animes. Yeah, this isn't the one that you probably would like, but it's still pretty funny.
Yeah. So, let's just put it this way, what Lucky Star has recommended for, which you kind of like. If you like some sort of comedy, there's a chance you may have to kind of like this. If you're looking for something like an adventure, more likely it doesn't happen much. So, it may not be your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But, really, honestly, if you want to have a give it a watch, just give it 1 or 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it, you can just do what you wish. Besides, it's everybody's opinions.
Yeah. Yes. I really like the character Konata, really, because well, she's sort of like how I am in ways. And I also like the fact of how the show can flow. When a conversation begins to get monotonous, the writers know when to cut it off and jump to another another conversation. That's the thing I kind of like. When the conversation is dragging on, they usually skip to another subject, or at least skip on into a different part, into another sub-subject of the subject they're talking about. I know that sounds weird, but yeah. All in all, if you like stuff like this sort of anime, I'd recommend Lucky Star. I'd give this show, on a scale of 1 to 5, a 4.5 out of 10. For what it is.
4 out of 10. He said, so say 1 to 5. Oh gosh. You screwed up rating up this time. I thought you can't screw that up, Pika, and you just did.
Wait, I said 4.5 out of 10. Wait.
You said, yeah, and you said scale out of 1 to 5, didn't you?
Yes.
And then you say 4.5 out of 10, and yet you say 1 to 5, meaning,
So I can't put a 4.5 saying that's it's between
no. Let's put it this way. I can't believe you're doing this. You say 4.5 out of 10. But what have to catch me when you say...
No, I meant... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I derped there. I meant 4.5 out of 5. Derp. What about you, Anthony?
Okay, let's see. Honestly, truthful... Well, the Japanese doesn't really get me started, but when I had to watch the English version, the English dub, that kind of actually got my attention somewhat. Some, okay. Others, I had to do laugh out, to be honest. And some are like, But, yeah, and honestly truthful, if you want to say rating 1 to 10, well, 0 to 10, to be honest, I'll say, in all fairness, I'll give it an 8.5. Well, hang on. I'll say 8. Actually, not 8.5. 8. I mean, that'd be good in some terms, but at times when, like, kind of either drag on a bit or something along the lines. But, like I say, it's everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but...
Yeah, so, yeah. Oh! That wasn't a totally half-baked review of Lucky Star at all. Now, wasn't it, Anthony?
Maybe someone else may think otherwise. But here's it. Since we've seen the first 6, let's add to something. Would you, at this point, would you think you would continue watching the actual anime yourself?
Yeah, I think I will still
I'm about to
continue
do the same
watching.
thing too. Although I didn't the other one, but still. You're gonna kill me there. But yeah, that's about it on our few on Lucky Star. I think it's an issue here. He'll just basically just go on auto cruise. So yeah.
Yes,
So that's about it. Do you have any idea what we're gonna do next?
no idea, but I know you probably will.
I'm with this with news, But yeah, that's about it. Well, for now, a few on Lucky Star.
Alright. Thank you. This has been Sorachu.
And this is Red Mage signing out, and well, take care next time.
Yes, and dang it, Nretsew, I hope you better be glad with this thing. Dang it.
Just let you know, you may have to backfire us with something. He always finds something behind the sleeve. He always finds something behind the sleeves. Well,
Nah.
everybody.
Alright, see ya.